Hi, I'm Mike Eldred from the Fender Custom Shop, and I'm here at Wildwood Guitars, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this really cool project that we did with David Gilmour. And while we're here at Wildwood, we looked through some of their guitars that they have here, and they probably have the best selection of Gilmour Strats that I've ever seen. And just wanted to talk a little bit about these and tell everybody this kind of the story of how this whole guitar worked out with us and David Gilmour. David was has been using Fender gear for a long time, and even when I worked at Charvel years ago, I used to make guitar replacement guitars, guitar necks and bass necks for Gilmour, and that's how I met Phil Taylor. And the relationship with Phil Taylor and myself carried on and on. And when I came to work at Fender, Phil and I came back together to work on this project. And it's something that Phil and I had talked about along with Richard McDonald from Fender, and just kind of went back and forth about, man, we should do that guitar at some point. And, David wanted to do it. Phil wanted to do it. We had lots of customers asking about this guitar for many years, and finally David said, "Okay, let's go ahead and see what we can do." So Todd Krause and myself flew out to London, and we went to a couple of different places. We went to the boat Astoria, where they record all the Pink Floyd stuff at, and talked to Phil there, and kind of went through some of David's gear and things, and then we went to their warehouse. And in their warehouse, it was really interesting because they had the original black Strat there. He had the red Strat there, and he had a bunch of his other guitars too. And Phil was showing us the guitars, and one of the things that Phil said, he goes, "Hey, I want to show you something." And he started pulling guitars out of his closet, and he got through I don't know how many guitars, but finally he said, "Oh, here it is." And he showed me a P bass that I had made for David when I was at Charvel, and then he also showed me a Telecaster that I had made for David when I was at Charvel. And it was just neat to see that they had hung on to that stuff for so long. And the reason why I tell that part of the story is that this guitar, David has owned this guitar for many years. It was I believe a 66 or a 67 Stratocaster that he bought at Manny's, and it had a bigger peg headstock on it when he first got it. That neck went off pretty quickly, and then actually the neck that was on it for a long time was a neck that I made at Charvel, and then later on he changed that neck to this neck, which was like a 1980s Stratocaster reissue neck that he really likes a lot. So we had the original there. We took it all apart. Todd inspected all the wiring and measured everything. We looked at the guitar and we saw that the guitar has a sunburst finish underneath the black, and so we wanted to replicate that. The guitar had also been routed for a Kahler tremolo system, and we didn't route it for a Kahler tremolo system, but we filled it. We make it look like it's been filled in for that, so it's real accurate. This is exactly like David's guitar. And then there's this real little switch here that I'll let you hear in a minute that kind of turns this front pickup or this middle pickup on and off, which gives you a bunch of really unique sounds for a Stratocaster. The neck shape is like I said, it's off of like a 1980, probably 83 or 84 reissue Strat, and it's got a nice little C shape on it, but it's just a really great playing guitar. And this shape, like I said, is exactly like David's. And then the single layer black plastic pickguard, which is really, this is something that we had to really hunt for, because we found some material and it wasn't black enough. And we actually found this material made by a company, and it was so much darker and harder. So we set aside this black material just for the Gilmours. We don't use it for anything else. And then the pickup systems, going through the pickups and stuff, David is very much in love with this original guitar. And so what we had to do, the challenge for us, was to take him and make something that he liked as much or more. So that's how the whole thing kind of started. Once we got back with all the plans and everything, we sat down and we started making protos. Todd Krause made all the protos, and he would send those off to Phil, and Phil would sit down with David and go through everything, and we would try different pickups. Well, he likes the back pickup, but he doesn't like the middle pickup, and can we try this? And so we would change the middle pickup out, and then we'd send another sample out, and he said, well, he really likes the back pickup, and then the second sample better. Can we change that pickup and put it in the first sample? And it was a lot of that stuff. And but it ended up working out really, really great to what we have here. And in fact, it worked out so great that we sent out a proto to David, and he plugged in the guitar and he played the guitar for a little bit. He picked up the black one, he played the guitar for a little bit, and he told Phil that he was going to use that guitar that night live. And there's a picture, I remember there was a picture on the internet, and somebody sent it to me, and it was a great picture of David Gilmour turned around playing the black Strat, and I could see the Fender Custom Shop logo, and I realized right then that he was playing the guitar we made, which was cool. But then the other thing that we found out is that he really liked the front pickup so much in the reproductions that we were doing that he took one of the front pickups out of one of the reproductions and put it in the front pickup position of the original black Strat. He liked it even better, so that made us feel really, really, really good. So I'm going to go through the guitar a little bit and just kind of show you what's going on. It's basically a Strat setup. 3 pickups, a 5-way switch, but then it has this little mini toggle switch that's mounted in the pick guard, and it was a really interesting the way they mounted it in the pick guard. We do it similar, but I think that ours may be a little more stable on the way we do it here, but it's really a cool little system. So you have the back pickup, and no, I'm not going to play any Pink Floyd licks. Sometimes people, they expect that, and I will not do that because I'm not that good a guitar player. So what this is the back pickup. It's a real rich sounding pickup. It's an SSL 5 by Seymour Duncan. It's really great sounding pickup. Really cool sound pickup. And then you have these 2 pickups together, which is that typical Strat sound. Then you have the middle pickup, which one of my favorite positions is the middle pickup. And then these 2 pickups together. Again, that real cool Strat sound. And then this is the front pickup. The center position pickup, I believe, is a 69, I think it is. And that's what he ended up liking a lot in there. And then the front position is a hand wound, like a 60s type of a pickup. And it's the front pickup sounds really, really cool. I love the front pickup on this guitar because it's real rich. On the low end, has that real kind of, really just a real rich low end. So what's cool about the switch is that if I'm in the back position, and this is a sound that you can't really normally get out of a Strat, here's the back pickup. So what this switch does is it turns this front pickup on and off. So you can get a bunch of different sounds out of this thing. So you'll see, once I get into demoing it. So the back pickup, has a really great sound. Now if I kick in the front pickup, I got this kind of like telly sound. So that's the front pickup and the back pickup together. Which is really kind of a cool sound. Then if you put these two pickups on together, and I'm going to turn that off for a second. We heard that sound earlier. Real typical Strat sound. But then when you put this pickup on, this front pickup on, now you have all three. Which is... gives you this whole other, brings in that whole real deep, rich... So, it's a really great sound with all three pickups on. So it's just, you can get a bunch of different sounds out of the guitar with this switch on here. It's pretty stealthy, so it doesn't get in your way. The guitar looks really classic. And like I said, it's just been, you know, really kind of a labor of love to do this with David and Phil Taylor and the, you know, the whole Gilmour camp, to replicate a guitar that he likes so much that he actually plays now. That really means a lot to us. And it comes in two different finishes. It comes in this relic finish where it's all dinged up like David's, or it comes in just a NOS finish, new old stock NOS finish, so you can ding it up on your own. The one thing that David didn't want on it is he didn't want his signature on it anywhere, so that somebody can just pick it up and, you know, go through it and just play a nice Stratocaster. And so that's hopefully what we've accomplished. He seems to think so that's good enough for me. And it's just a great guitar. And like I said, Wildwood has a bunch of these down here, and they have such a great selection here. You can come in, you call the guys up, you know, whatever, email them and just say, hey, you know, I'm looking for something like a Gilmour Strat. Can you pick me out a really nice one? And they certainly will. So that's it. That's the David Gilmour Black Stratocaster, and I hope you guys come down to Wildwood and pick up one of each, NOS and Relic, because you can't just have one. So, but that's it. Thanks a lot.